Hey guys, welcome back to White Crow Tarot. This is your Starseed message. My name is Ebony. Guys, I have intended this reading for all water placements, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. But if you're drawn to this reading either by the title or by the image, then it's for you. It's for the viewer. Alright guys, so it's kind of doing a pick a card style reading today. We have 3 separate piles and 3 corresponding letters that correspond to one of these piles. You will not know which one. For those of you who are drawn to the letter C, those of you who are drawn to the letter Q will go to pile 2. And for those of you who are drawn to the letter M, will go to pile 3. General messages here, guys. Take what resonates with you. Leave what doesn't. I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who were drawn to the letter C for pile 1. Welcome, guys. General messages only here. Take what's for you. Leave the rest. Alright. So we're designing these readings kind of like a game. I'm going to take a look at the tarot to see what's currently going on with you. Any messages from Spirit where you need to be giving your focus at this time, where you don't need to be giving your focus at this time. And then we're going to ask the wise fool a question and see what the answer, or where you may need to strategize certain things going on in your life at this time. We're then going to cover all of your oracles and close out the reading. If you don't feel like this is your pile today, pile 1, be sure to check the other messages. There may even be additional messages in those piles for you. Guys, be sure to leave me a like while you're thinking about it. Spread your good loving energy on the channel. I appreciate you. I'm also noticing that I seem to have a lot of returning visitors. And guys, thank you so much to my White Crow community who ever continuous support on the channel, who you give your ever continuous support on the channel. Please be sure, guys, to make sure you are liking the videos if you are a returning subscriber. It really helps to push the videos out into circulation, and I do appreciate you. Especially if you're a returning subscriber. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. You feel like your legacy is being messed with? Stolen? Hiding. Could be hiding money. Someone around you could be. Could be keeping quiet about abundance that's coming into your life. Tens are official endings, but they're also official beginnings at the same time. So, abundance, legacy. We are quiet about what we are doing. I see. Okay, spirits, benevolent beings. Let's paint a clear and accurate story, please, for pile 1. What is the current energy, please? Thank you. Well, I know that's true because it came out for you during the shuffle when I saw it earlier, the 5 of Swords. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Someone's keeping you trapped in a situation. Head game. Mental head game. You feel like you can't break a cycle. How do you free yourself? Someone knows they're keeping you trapped in your own head. This is where you stand currently. This is what you want to break free of. Mind you, you could be doing the head game here. You could be trapping yourself. But this is self-doubt of the cruel kind. Because someone I feel like it's torture in your head. Because there's something you don't know. What is pile 1 strength at this time, please? You need transformation. Yeah. You need to be the magician. The magician? Hello. Your strength at this time, pile 1. The single catalyst of change here. You are using what you know how to do. You are an expert. You could, of course, be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo. You could be seeking guidance. The magician is rooted in the tree. There's a tree of wisdom, of knowledge inside of you. The magician is the tree, which is a very interesting interpretation here. As above, so below, the tree of life. And you know what's funny? In the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot, the tree of life is on the back of the magician's tunic. Most people don't know that, but he stands for the tree of life. As above, so below. So, you need to know that you have the willpower of spirit and the tools you need to succeed. Okay? I sense activation of your heart chakra as well, coming from a pure place, getting back in touch with your roots. You have not known who you really are. You have not known your power. Pile 1. Knight of Pentacles. Underlying that point, you are slowly coming into the knowledge of who you are. The knight has had to traverse all these mountains. He's the only knight in the tarot that crosses the finish line because he's been there and done that. He has been on that journey. So, you are coming out and coming into knowing who you really are in the physical. Where should pile 1 focus at this time, please? Where should pile 1 focus at this time? Thank you. The Lovers. The Lovers. How very interesting. Lots of Gemini for you today, pile 1. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Intertwined. You're searching for your other half. The duality here. The lovers are intertwined in a tree, in a root. There's a lot of earth in your chart, I feel the need to say, but also I love that the lovers are kind of like there's the joining of halves. There's the joining, and it's almost like a DNA strand here, the way that the trees are interwoven here. The duality. There is the joining of two trees of life, 2 knowledge sources from one. As above, so below. But also, our roots are intertwined, the lovers. Though we are separate, we are the same. We are intertwined. We have grown into each other. So you're growing into your lover. You're also calling in your lover. Very much. It's been a slow process for you. If this is a career, then you are on the right life path. This is a match made in heaven for you. You don't need to doubt what you're capable of manifesting. It's your soul path. You have the choice to make, a choice. Which way do you go? Which way? Where should pile 1 not focus? Thank you. Interesting. Wow. Ace of Swords. Where you should not focus. The Ace of Swords. Selfish thought. 5 plus 1 is 6. Don't be selfish. Don't be out to win only for yourself. Don't sabotage yourself in a connection. Maintain the truth. Maintain the ace. Don't lose the ace. Don't start over. There's a lot of air in your chart, but there's also don't stay in your head. Okay. And it's something about movement here with the Chariot. The Chariot is about movement. Something to do, could be with relocation. You could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be a Cancer. C for Cancer, right? The Chariot is about forward movement. There is victory underlying this. Something about relocation. Could be job, could be lover, could be situation. You let me know. The Hierophant underneath that. So we're talking about commitment here. Possibly moving away from one. Possibly wanting to move away from one. I sense someone in self-doubt about who they are and what they want. The Lovers, the Magician. What is the truth here with the Ace of Swords? What is the truth? Where am I supposed to go? The Chariot. Alright, pile 1. Let's ask the wise fool a question, see if we can get some answers for you. Interesting. Well, the question here is, what's out of whack? Find what's out of whack. Sharpening your own tongue. Someone's got a sharp tongue. I see. Sharpening the tool, the communication tool. The Ace of Swords, sort of communication. Truth, right? Someone has a sharp tongue, and it gets them in trouble, right? Someone is quick-witted, but someone's words hurt the other person. Okay? American critic Dorothy Parker, said, "The first thing I do in the morning is brush my teeth and sharpen my tongue." The wise fool loves to point out the disparity between what people promise and what they actually deliver. For example, he'll mock a design team that creates products that are hyped as easy to use, but in fact make users feel stupid. Or he'll jest about retail employees wearing buttons that say "We are happy to see you," but who frown when they deal with customers. Or lampoon the contradictions of an economic system that offers free goods to everyone, while at the same time removing their motivation to work hard and take risks, ultimately leading to scarcity. What's out of whack in your current situation? There is a scarcity mindset about basically those of you who don't want to be in your current connections, whatever they are, whether that is a physical lover, a job, a career, whatever the case is. You deal with conflict. You deal with instability in the workforce, instability in your partnership. It's dog eat dog. It's hard knock life, right? It's all that in a bag of potato chips. So you put on a face, but it's not who you really are, right? That's what we're dealing with here. So, Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles at the beginning here. You want to put down the secrecy in order to embrace your legacy. It was turned away. You want the legacy. You don't want the sneaky shit, the energy that is accompanied with that. Let's read your oracles. Okay. Okay, Pile 1, you're on and popping. So, the archangel you're working with is Archangel Raziel at this time. But you also pulled the Magician. The Magician. Twice. Heavy manifestation. Heavy manifesting here, right? You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. So, if you have been calling it in, and many of you have, know that you are calling in what you truly want. Your desire, your rocket of desire, I feel like that is literally emanating from you, has no choice with how much fire you're putting out here, how much calling power. You could be a trickster too, so careful. Okay, we have Horus as your Aboriginal goddess card. Let's read that. Horus, the son of Isis. Yes. The Eye of Horus. Yes. Horus. What does Horus have to say to you? Horus is an Egyptian sun god who is often depicted with the head of a bird. Horus was born to his father Osiris, mother Isis, and had a brother named Seth. Seth killed their father, and as Horus grew up, he swore to avenge his father's death. Horus and Seth engaged in many battles. However, during one such battle, Seth blinded Horus in his left eye. The god Thoth healed and restored Horus's eye, which enabled him to finally battle and kill Seth. The eye was then said to be magical and represented the symbol and power of protection. And the story of the wounded eye then came to represent the different phases of the moon. Having the powers to protect comes with much responsibility and requires a clear sense of judgment. When people you love need protection, it is natural to step into that role, except when you are unaware of their wrongdoings. With a warrior personality such as yours, you find it hard to step aside and let others have their own battles and bear their own consequences. You have an overwhelming need to blindly protect those you love without contemplating the whole situation. Being a martyr denies them the chance to learn from their experiences. They got themselves into this situation and now they need to find their way out. Give them the chance to manage and learn from this situation by themselves. This is a lesson as much for you as it is for them. Stay on the fringes, and even if it gets messy, try not to offer support. Times may be tough for your loved one, however, this is a real opportunity for them to change their behavior and begin to have more positive outcomes in their life. For you, it is a chance to stand back and watch how strong and resilient your loved one really is. Wow. Oh, man. Guys. Oh, my God. I know how we can all relate to that. And it's hard. It's so hard watching people you love, maybe even friends, guys, who you have to stand back, right, at this time and let them learn their mistakes. Karma's a bitch that way. And you may be experiencing something or going through something, or someone around you could be going through something right now that you are not meant to meddle in. That is between them, spirit, and their higher self, right? You're meant to protect yourself at this time and know that the resilience that it is taking you to stand strong and not engage is the resilience that they are also building in themselves. Sometimes we have to fail in order to succeed. And that is one of the hardest lessons of all. Yeah. I feel that. Sometimes you have to let others fail. Else how will they learn if you do it for them? Talk about a need of self-discipline, right? Self-discipline is what is needed here. The discipline of self. Being responsible for ourselves. Number 41 could be an important number for you. These colors could be important for you as well. The energy of the Merkaba. Your Starseed message, pile 1, is emphatic Starseed. Now, who had this? I think Libra had this. Emphatic Starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. You cannot, and you as a water sign, whoever you are, I'm sensing Cancer for you with this reading only because of you have this take charge energy. If I had to assign one of the readings to you, I would say this is Cancer's reading. Absorbing what's not yours. You're shifting through a portal here, right? Everyone has to cross through the portal on their own, but this is also about being aware of what is entering your energetic field that may not be yours, where protection may need to come in handy for you as well. Cleansing your aura, cleansing your space, do your salt baths, drink more water, drink a ton of water, wear your crystals at this time, protection stones, things like that. You may be picking up on the energy of those around you. And it's a projection, right? The 5 of Swords. Like, he knows she's trapped in there, but he enjoys watching her. He enjoys tormenting her because she can't escape. So you're coming out of that, out of a feeling of absorbing others' energy or absorbing the energy around you that is not yours and learning how to differentiate that. All right, from the Oracle Visions, you have number 2 here with the 3, with the herons. I'm very curious actually to know what this is about, so we're going to read it. I've yet to read this card. But she's got a, it's about using your intuition too. She's set ahead, dead set ahead. Number 2 is about your intuition, the High Priestess. Let's see here. You know what you have to do. You have to turn a blind eye. You have to turn a cold shoulder too. This is about belonging, acceptance, and assimilation. The primary joy of life is acceptance, approval, the sense of appreciation and companionship of our human comrades. Joshua Liebman. Our sense of belonging and acceptance by others requires affirmation. Peer recognition and acceptance is a compelling motivation and reward for our participation. To that aim, we may have to demonstrate to some degree our allegiance. Some communicate their allegiance and commitment through body marking, others by more transient expressions such as a dress code and fashion, and still others by their conduct or mannerisms. Whatever the form, all are variations of the same basic objective, namely a confirmation that I am this and I belong, and in turn you are this and we accept you. The flamboyantly coiffed female modifies her appearance with a disguise in order to assimilate. The masked beak transforms her visual persona, and her poise and means of posture further confirm her spiritual transformation. She is at one with those she has joined. In our enthusiasm and desire for acceptance, we must be careful to stay true to ourselves. Are we really comfortable with the me we are claiming to be, or is it strained, forced, and ultimately unsustainable? So what version of yourself are you projecting out into the world in order to fit in or to belong? Or to disguise yourself in a group of herons here, right? She's pretending to be them, and the duck's pretending to be her. See, there's a duck on top of her head. Are we all pretending? There's a sense of hierarchy, belonging, making sure we fit in with the crowd. I know that very well. When you're the new kid on the block, you have to find your footing. Okay. It's, some of you started new jobs recently. Or you're going to be moving and transitioning very soon. I saw that ending, right? Cutting one position for another. The Lovers, where do I belong here? The Magician, is it a match made in heaven? For many of you it is. How do I know? Because it is your new beginning with this Ace of Wands. It is your new beginning. Don't you doubt it. And you're meant to take action. You're meant to be doing this right now. It is your Ace of Wands. Some of you actually, I just got the image, some of you actually want to go to Venice, or you live in Venice, or you dream of going there one day. Ace of Wands. What a message for you, Pile 1. I hope this resonated with you. Please let me know down in the comments. That's all I have for you today. Do let me know. Take care out there. I will see you in your next readings. Until then, be well. Hello. Welcome, Pile 2. This is for those of you who chose the letter Q, who were drawn to the letter Q. Q, as in question. Question mark. You could be Star Trek fans. You could be interested in the quantum reality, the quantum world. The quantum theory of it all, right? The Q. Alright guys, general messages here. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Let's play a little game. After I paint your story with the tarot, we're going to ask the wise fool a question and see if we can get an answer for you. Maybe give you a life strategy as far as how to approach something going on in your life. Then we're going to dive into your oracles and see what Spirit wants you to know at this time. King of Pentacles. Kind of in reverse, starting out. Legacy. Heavy Taurus placement. The King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Strength. Or lack thereof. Strength to be ruler. Needing strength. Having courage. Something to do with our home and structure and finances. Someone cares heavily about their security. Security is their number one concern. There's a heavy emphasis on the physical realm. Someone has fear of abandonment. Someone Someone has such a fear of losing their legacy, losing what they have built. It's almost subconscious, they don't even know it. That Four of Wands was empty. There was no one there. You have a fear of being abandoned in your home. You watch that. You watch. Alright, pile 2. Let's see what's going on here. Guides, spirits, benevolent beings, let's paint a clear and accurate story, please, for pile 2. Help pile 2 know what they need to know for their highest good. What is the current energy, please, for pile 2? For the letter Q. Q. Quantum theory. The quantum universe. The Princess of Cups. Page of Cups. You're sorry? Someone's sorry. The Wheel. You went through a karmic cycle, karmic lesson. In reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. In reverse. Someone here you need to ground yourself, connect back out in nature, get back in touch with nature if you can. There's something in nature that resonates with you, that's very healing for you. Something by the water, by a river. I just heard a river runs through it. Someone's favorite movie. A river runs through it with, is Brad Pitt in that movie? I can't remember. Who's in that movie? Could be Brad Pitt. Or maybe I'm thinking like Legend of the Falls or something like that. I want to say Brad Pitt's in that movie too. Strength for pile 2 at this time. Justice. Wow. Heavy Libra placement here. A cycle. A contract. You have a contract with someone here. Some of you are married. But you don't want to be. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Or you do want to be. You won't be on the market for very long. Three of Swords in reverse. You watch someone, or they watch you. Finances feeling a little low at this time. We're worried about our own personal sense of security. Single. We've also come out of heartbreak recently. Where should pile 2 not or focus at this time, please? Where should pile 2 focus at this time? Where should pile 2? Justice is ready to take action. Something's getting ready to be balanced. There's a truth here. Thank you. Wow. Tower in reverse. Tower in reverse. Those are the lovers jumping from the tower. We are wanting to avoid that. Something had to destabilize in order for you to begin anew. Something had to crumble. There could be a lot of crumbling going on, especially this at the end of this Scorpionic season. I think we're now just moving into Sagittarius season, so that could also be enlightenment. A contract had to be broken. Someone broke their contract. But you're trying not to, or you're trying not to break your contract before it's over, but you sense like an inevitable Obsession? There's an obsession here. We watch, we watch, we watch, we wait, but we do nothing. So Nunos, the green man, the devil. We watch, and we hold that back. Oh wow. Some of you, I feel like you're getting ready to come into new connections as well. Those of you who have maybe been celibate for a while, for a long time. Those of you who have been isolated for a long time on your own. The Nine of Pentacles. You're not going to be single for very long. You've already gone through those tower moments, is what I'm being told. For many of you. You've dealt with that toxicity. But there is someone holding back a lot. Maybe a Capricorn, maybe a Leo, who knows. Oh God, 5 of Wands here too. In reverse, like, holy hell. Okay, they fight themselves. Someone is literally fighting themselves about coming towards you. Fighting themselves. They don't want to. They hold out. They have hope for connecting with you again. They do, with the Star. Someone here is holding out hope for connecting with you. Could be a Libra. Could be a Scorpio or an Aries. So you let me know. Where should pile 2 not focus at this time? Don't focus on the endings. I just heard. Interesting. It's like reverse. Everything's reversed here. Where you should not focus is the 6 of Wands. I also heard reverse it. Like reverse it. Okay. Someone from your past is returning. You need to... Some of you are... You're moving to your own, finally, like your own sense of stability, of personal satisfaction. Personal achievement. Many of you are entrepreneurs. Or you're coming out of destabilizing marriages, jobs, things like that were no longer serving you. You walked away from those things in the past. But those people who you used to know are watching you now, I feel the need to say. But you're not seeking recognition from these people. You're removing yourself from that. Oh. Queen of Swords. Heavy air in your chart. Heavy Libra in your chart. You could have walked away from one, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't matter here. Definitely got confirmation of Libra, though. Or you could have heavy Libra in your chart. You want to return, or someone wants to return to you. Yeah, someone desires to balance up with your energy. 6 of Pentacles here. They want to balance up in the real world. Can we get together? People from your past, I feel the need to say that you ended things with death. Death. Heavy Scorpio. This could be your reading as well. Quantum theory. The idea that there are multiple scenarios happening at once. Multiple. So, for those of you who you feel like, oh no, it's reversed, it's this, it's that, maybe indeed it is, but it also is meant to be understood that those of you who resonate, it either is your story or it is not. Let's make that absolutely clear. I kind of allowed you to choose your own intuition, to allow your intuition to follow it for these readings, because well, I'll just say it, like, it's kind of sickening as a reader to see comments coming in on your videos when you know, okay, this is a general reading, guys, so you know what I mean. Like, it's general for a reason. I'm not reading anyone's specific energy. I'm reading the collective's energy. So if I have to say this is a general reading, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Okay? That shouldn't really have to be explained, but for some people it does need to be explained. So I am explaining it to you. Okay? That's all. Nothing weird. We're now going to ask the wise fool a question to see if we can get a better understanding of what's going on with you, or maybe help you to employ a life strategy that will help you overcome whatever it is that you're facing here. Because someone's contemplating walking away from a situation. Someone is contemplating reaching out to a person here. Also, someone has gone through separation already, where they lost. Spirit's telling you, asking you at this time not to give your focus to where you feel as though you have failed in this connection. Whether that's a job or a romantic partner. Okay? Try not to think about the ending, because you're on to a new beginning. Some of you are really going through it though. Alright? A tower is a tower is a tower. Okay? Your advice right now from the wise fool is to be counterintuitive. Guess we're going to be a little hard to get, yeah? Suppose you're a teacher and ask yourself, how can I be less effective? This would mean students would have to take more responsibility for their own learning, and this could lead to the development of a self-study, go at your own pace program using online classes. Suppose you're a basketball coach and ask, rather than getting my team to play as a unit, how can I get them out of sync? The answer would be a list of unsettling things the team could practice because they would have to deal with them in a game. If you've ever played hard to get to appear attractive, gotten away from a problem in order to solve it, adopted a child's outlook to gain wisdom, embraced a fear to overcome it, or spoken very quietly to get people's attention, then you have used this reverse strategy. In what ways can you employ a counterintuitive approach to help you reach your objective? Many of you have gone through this, okay? Some of you have done this yourselves. You played hard to get. And many of your connections, because communication, I feel like, was an issue for you. You're trying to learn a way of a strategy that accomplishes your goal without necessarily having, but getting others to think for themselves. Like, how can you reach your objective without having to manipulate anyone involved to get where you're going? Or getting them to come up with the idea for themselves. You can't force your opinion on someone, but if they come up with it themselves, then it's like they thought it all along, right? That's okay. Let them think it. Let them think it was their idea. Or take credit for that shit. Either way. The archangel working with you at this time is Sandalphon, represented by the Hierophant and the Standard Rider-Waite Tarot. Call upon Sandalphon if you need him. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach, right? Consider an alternative approach to to achieve the same goal that you are wanting. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. Archangel Sandalphon is giving you guidance at this time. Also, you're about your commitments in life. This is concerning your commitments in life. The official yes and the authority figures or the spiritual leaders, you could be heavily going through a spiritual awakening with the Tower, right? For many of you, being called to step into a teacher mode, a teacher. How can you help others learn without doing the work for them? It's one of the reasons why I love these cards so much, is because, and with like follow your own intuition, I don't want to give you the answer. Mainly because I don't have it, but also because even if I were to give it to you, it wouldn't do you any good. It wouldn't do you any justice because you didn't come up with it for yourself. You didn't have the aha moment for yourself if I give you the answer or if I solve the problem for you. This is a part of using your intuition to see that which you need to see. And as starseeds, you're learning how to do that, right? You're also doing ancestral healing at this time. Ancestral healing. Deep healing. For many of you who have gone through those hard losses in your life, there's a sense of abandonment with you. Watching others move on away from you, right? Alright, what am I missing here? Yeah, there it is. Found it. Ancestral healing is twofold. It is the healing of the soul throughout the lifetimes we live, and it is calling on the wisdom of our elders who have passed before us to guide us on our journey. Talk about the quantum journey, right? Spirituality and Aboriginal spirituality combine both these forms of sacred wisdom as one. Our soul has suffered many traumas and brings forth these hurts into our present lifetime as a cellular memory, as actions and reactions to situations, although we may have no concept in regards to their origin. The ancient ancestors have the wisdom beyond our human experiences that spans across many cultures. Healing our spirit is the journey that begins with connecting to our spirit and forming relationships with our ancestors, with the divine. The same themes are continuing to reoccur in your life and will continue to do so until the underlying issues are identified and healed. This is your time for healing and putting the past behind you. However, don't be tempted to just change direction without stopping for a moment to prepare yourself for the next leg of the journey. Healing is a journey of self-discovery and should be welcomed into your life and embraced as such. The wonders of knowing yourself can be truly self-empowering and bring you closer to the essence of self. You are ready. If you're already asking those questions, and notice the white bars here is about white light. You are being protected and surrounded and guided by your ancestors in the purest form of light right now. Know that. Okay? Sorry if you can hear any yelling, enthusiastic yelling downstairs. Game night. My old subscribers know. My OGs know how it goes. Oh boy. Okay. Your numerology card is 6, which is about love. Love. Harmony. The energy of the Merkaba. You could be seeing the number 6. You could be life path number 6. You could be born on the 6th of any given month. Also, the 6th day of any given month could be significant to you. You're being called to step into the energy of love for healing and balance. I'm going to read that to you, actually. I think there's some messaging here that wants to come out for you. This card indicates a need to see the world through the eyes of love and to remember at all times that only love is real. When you look beyond the illusion to see the beauty in the world, you align yourself with Source and the intentions of your soul, because you attract what you are. When you see through the eyes of love, that's what will surround you in all areas of your life. The affirmation for this card is, I see through the eyes of love and attract more love into my life. I see through the eyes of love and attract more love into my life. This is heavily about love for many of you. You also got Haraeth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Many of you who are starseeds embodied in this lifetime, of course. If you subscribe to this, which you're here, so you are literally longing for home because you know you're not from here. Like, well, why did we come here to have this lifetime experience? For the ascension, for helping to raise the consciousness, to raise Earth, Gaia, into the 5D. We are the epicenter, one of the epicenters of the galaxy for who we are and for what's going on here. You think other civilizations around the galaxy aren't aware of us? Think again. They are. They know we're here. Why don't they interact with us? They do. They do. But not in the way that you think. Not in the physical known world. So, alright. The reason why you haven't known this is because you've had a blockage with this 9 of Wands. You're coming to the end of a significant time in your life where there is this blockage. Also, here's a little sexy message for you. You're doing blocking. It's time also, you know, to block individuals out of your life who no longer serve you, who are not along on your ascension path, who are holding you back. Okay, your guard is up to that, and people are trying to gaze and figure out what are you doing? Well, what's so-and-so doing? People are curious about you, but you're keeping what you know to yourself, as you should. Not everyone is ready for this knowledge. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Alright guys, Master number 44. Well, I could say this is about love for sure, because she's flowing with the energy of the swans, going in the swans' direction. You have new love coming in for you, viewer. New love is coming in for you. I feel that many of you have really been on your own, isolated for a while, working on your sense of victory and self-assuredness and confidence. Getting confident again after heavy disruption and loss and stuff that was out of your control. You need to have unison, common goals, shared values, and be at one with others. It is probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. Fred Allen. This card shows us a sense of belonging. We are at one with our surroundings and our relationships with others. We can move together with a common direction and purpose. Our presence is accepted and welcome. A young girl glides effortlessly through a gated lake. In the companionship of a group of swans, their speed and direction in unison, they become of one mind. They symbolize finding new friends or a group who share similar ideas. There is a strong affinity with other like-minded souls. Be wary of becoming just one of many. At some point, their actions, their direction, and their pace may not be yours. Where they are leading may not be the best path for you. But it is about coming into your soul path with a new soul path for those of you who left one behind. You're on the verge of going at your own pace into your new beginning. Pile 2. I hope this resonated with you. You let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video. Guys, don't forget that. Please don't. If you stuck to the end, if you feel like this was your message, do remember to leave a like on the video. It really does help to push the videos out into circulation. And honestly, guys, I cannot grow unless you do so. So I appreciate it. If you're a returning visitor, do be sure to leave your good energy on the channel. I appreciate you. Guys, if you don't feel like this was your message today, be sure to check out the other piles or the other readings on the channel. If not, I will catch you in the next one. It's okay. Until then, be well. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the letter M, or were guided to this. Letter M. How this works, guys, I'm going to paint your story with the tarot. Then we're going to ask the wise fool a question to see what practical strategy you can relay to your problem or issue or circumstance at this time. But they're going to go over your oracles and close out your reading. General messages only. Take what resonates with you, Pile 3. Leave the rest behind. If you don't feel like this was your reading today, Pile 3, be sure to check in with your other placements, or the other letters, I should say, in this reading. If not, check your other placements. Maybe another reading on the channel may serve you better at this time. If not, catch you next time. No big deal. Alright, guys. General messages. Be sure to leave a like on the video, guys, while you're thinking about it. I do appreciate you. Two of Cups. Face to face. And a new beginning. The Fool. In love. Wow. A new beginning in love with the Two of Cups. With a soulmate. Beautiful. Someone's name could, of course, begin with the letter M. M could be significant to you in other ways. Mother. Mary. Mom. Magic. Moments. What is the current energy, please, benevolent beings, for Pile 3, for those who were drawn to the letter M? Michael. What is the current energy, please? Thank you. Stress? Nine of Swords? Something worrying you? Keeping you up at night? Worrying you? Why? Why? You're releasing it. You're releasing mental stress. You're coming to the end of a stressful time in your life. Putting it down. It's a new beginning. The burden you carry, there's a lot going on. You've had a lot going on. And you're tired. You're stressed from that. From having a lot to do. A lot. Six of Cups. The past trying to come in now. What is the strength for pile 3? What is the strength for pile 3? Thank you. Good. The Page of Pentacles. Lessons learned. The new beginning. A new start, by the way. Your children as well, if you have any. But you are willing to be the student. And that is beautiful. As a starseed, you are willing to be the student. To learn lessons. Lessons. You're learning lessons at this time. Eight of Pentacles. At work. In reverse. Some of you are trying to practice more of the spiritual arts. Some of you are trying to develop your craft. Some of you are trying to become more spiritual. You're having that soul awakening that is causing you to release the baggage of what no longer serves you, what was holding you back and stressing you. That's not going to be able to follow you where you're going. You're entering a new soul contract, a Two of Cups. You are the Page of Pentacles. Where should pile 3 focus at this time? Where should pile 3 focus at this time? The Nine of Pentacles. On yourself. Beautiful. Beautiful. I've almost wanted to come in reverse. So for those of you who are single, I don't think you're going to be for very long. But it's telling you to focus on yourself, to focus on your own sense of security and abundance. My entrepreneur, my go-getter right here, right? You're learning lessons about how to build towards your future. Because the Ten of Wands, these are the burdens of choice that we choose to carry. But we don't want to be stressed out by the endeavor forever, right? A little stress is okay. A little thinking is needed in order to be creative. Sometimes we work well under pressure. We're like a diamond in the rough. That's what I feel the need to tell you. You're a diamond in the rough, pile 3. You work well under pressure. You thrive under pressure, right? You become this hardened earth, this Nine of Pentacles. A lot of earth in your chart, by the way. So you let me know. Alright, where should pile 3 not focus at this time? Where should pile 3 not? Thank you. Oh! Backed up by Spirit. Not to focus on the Ace of Wands. Maybe some of you are celibate at this time. Call from the Divine. Hello. Being called to, well, interestingly enough, this could be what you don't see coming as well. A new venture, romantically, sexually. For those of you who have been celibate for a while, absolutely. Or just abstinent, working on yourselves, needing to, wanting to, desiring to. Those burdens could be 10 relationships that you've had in the past. Ooh, secrecy, secrecy, secrecy. See, there's the Seven of Swords. We're keeping quiet. This call, a secret call from the Divine. Second chance. Ace of Cups. A secret love. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's what Spirit's hiding from you. You probably won't see this coming. You're not going to see this coming, Pile 3. Nope. A new romance to begin for you. Alright. Goodness. Judgment. Let's ask a wise fool what you should be doing in this situation. Okay, we have smell the hypocrisy. Smell the hypocrisy. Pile 3. Alright. The wise fool encourages you to activate your crap detector. If it's too good to be true, it probably is, you know. And sniff out the hypocrisy around you. Find the person or group that says one thing but does another. That could be what that call for the divine is trying to get you to see as well. Perhaps it's a celibacy preaching spiritual leader who engages in numerous affairs. The fuck? Oh, God. Or a carbon demonizing celebrity who burns large amounts of fossil fuel on private jet travel. Maybe it's a high-tech company that espouses openness and tolerance, but which fires an employee who asks to examine its own moral biases. The wise fool's recognition of hypocrisy can also address larger themes. Huckleberry Finn, Mark Twain's striking pastoral portrait of the contradictions of slavery placed in an ostensibly charitable Christian society. The Inferno, Dante's journey through the circles of hell in which he lampoons the powerful and arrogant. 1984, George Orwell's dystopia about a watchful big brother government gone way too far. What's hypocritical in your current situation? What is hypocritical in your current situation? Who's being sneaky with you? Ooh, wow. We touched on some issues here. That's the burden here that's stressing you out. I don't blame you. It's like, those who criticize you tell you not to do the very thing that they do themselves. Sure. Those who sit on their high horses while others suffer. Sure. What's got its eye on you? What areas of your life are you battling in this hypocrisy-driven land, right? I feel like you're being called to re-examine your relationships, to examine who in your circle or who around you is specifically good or not good for you. Don't be a herd, don't be a sheep in a herd, don't be mindless, right? Don't go with the crowd don't go with the majority either just because they're going a certain way, right? Are you willing to go against the grain? That's ultimately what is being asked of you right now. Are you willing to go after that Ace of Wands, that new beginning? It's also like where not to focus, like sexual passion and intimacy, this very phallic symbol here. Like, not to focus there, but others are, so you don't want to be the hypocrite of your own relationship or your own sense of, like, well, you're feeling the pressure to be a certain way. But you're releasing that. Let's see how well you do. Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting. Number 10. Another 10 cycle here for you. Relationships. Things are ending for you. Chapters. Turn of events. A change. Also, the Archangel working with you at this time is Archangel Jeremiel. Call upon him. if you need him. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Beautiful. Working to speak those things also into existence and opening our throat chakra. Speaking. The wheel is turning again in your favor. Beautiful. You're going through a spiritual awakening. Wow. Lovely. Beautiful. This white light, this pure white light here is spirit. It's also connecting you, for those of you who are doing a lot of deep meditation right now, or you're entering into the spiritual arts. Some of you are doing divination on yourselves, or cartomancy. Your fellow tarot readers, whoever you are. Being intent and purposeful about who you call on for help, guidance, and assistance, including the spiritual guides and beings and benevolent beings and archangels that you call upon. Make sure you're not doing this blindly. All right? Set intent before you begin. It's very important that you communicate with spirit that you want to communicate with, because you can invite energies into your space. Even the hypocritical ones. So be careful. All right? Let's read this one, actually. I really enjoyed reading these Aboriginal cards to everybody, and why stop now? Pile 3. Yep. There it is. Have you ever experienced that light bulb moment when suddenly everything just falls into place? Where the key pieces of the puzzle finally fit and it begins to take shape and form the skeleton of the picture. You haven't finished the puzzle yet, but you're getting a glimpse into what it might look like when it's completed. Spiritual awakening is a profound moment in time and embraces your true sense of understanding from your very soul. You may not even fully appreciate the gravity of what you're learning right now, as it is so great. However, over the next few days, it will become clearer and will give you a very deep insight into yourself. Regardless of the situation, this new revelation has brought you close to self and provided you with a foundation on which to understand yourself at a far deeper and more profound spiritual level than you ever have before. You still have some ways to go, yet this is the beginning of a new journey in your life story, which will prove to be a major turning point. That's also part of that. This is where others are telling you not to focus with. Yeah, it's like spirit, where not to focus. It's like this is where others are saying don't focus there. Don't go down that spiritual path. How dare you believe in something like this, something that's fantastical like this. And yet those same people may be the same people who believe in the concept of a God, right? Or one almighty God. I think if you're here watching this tarot reading, you know where I stand on that. Anyway, it's not about that. God is the universe. God is consciousness. God is a great thought. The God, and if thought is the universe, and we are all in the universe, then we are all an expression of that consciousness. So technically, we are all God, our higher selves. Right? You don't have to prove this to people. I feel you guys struggling with that. It's like, well, how do I prove? There's the scientific mind, right? The left critical brain versus the right creative brain. How do I prove what I'm doing to others? Stop trying to do that, first of all. Okay. Because there's a part of this that is meant to be known individually. It's an individual experience. That's why it's a spiritual awakening. Because those of you who go through it are going to do it in your own way and in your own time. Okay? You don't have to force it. Trust me, you're going to know. You're going to know when it's happening. You'll hear some tarot readers talk about it a little bit. I don't think I've talked about it very much on my channel. For some of you I have, but it's because it's so personal. It's so personal. But and everyone is different. It's different how you come into doing this. Like, that's why I kind of give you these little cautionary tales, right? Because I don't want you to accidentally engage with energy that you're not prepared to engage with. It's very real, guys. It's very real. And I don't think I have to really even convince you, this pile of the existence of this reality. It's very real. If you're dealing with how to prove it to others, or you're in some sort of phase in which you feel like you've got to convince those around you that maybe that is what you're coming up against. You have to be willing to walk away from people. You have to, it's lonely, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you're first going through it. It's like you have to, it's like the atom and the molecules have, like, they burst into being, and then, they spend some time together, then they all kind of disperse and go in their own direction, and then gravity in the universe and this vortex and this vacuum of the universe pulls it all back together again, and does it over again and over again and over again and over again. It's an ever-continuous cycle of endings and beginnings. 1717 on the clock when I just saw it. Right life path. The right life path. Yeah. A lot of sevens in your reading, by the way. 77, your numerology card of spirituality and intuition, the knowing that you have, right? Sitting in the energy of the Merkaba. Sevens, lucky number 7 for you. You're heavily going through a spiritual awakening right now. There's 7s all over your reading. Forward movement and ascension, for sure. This card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. When you find your way to God, you find your way back home. By selecting this, you are being encouraged to celebrate and strengthen your relationship with the divine in whichever way you choose. You may opt for prayer, meditation, chanting, yoga, or periods of silence and contemplation. Perhaps quiet time in nature, going on a retreat, or attending a place of worship is something you prefer. It doesn't matter which option you choose, for there is no right or wrong. Only you can know your ultimate path to the divine. You are also being urged to communicate with your lost loved ones, spiritual guides, and angels, and ask for assistance when required. No request goes unanswered, and no request is too big or small. Call upon the divine. Call upon Jeremiel if you need to. Learn about Jeremiel. Here's your affirmation. My relationship with the divine is my path to inner peace. My relationship with the divine is my path to inner peace. My relationship with the divine is my path to inner peace. I say that 3 times because it cements into your conscious and your subconscious when you say it 3 times. So, there's that. Your Starseed message, viewer. We have all paths lead home. Number 7. If you have any air in your chart, I don't know why I feel the need to say that. It looks like a sundial and like Stonehenge, ancient runes, trying to find your place in time. All paths lead home because you are a starseed searching for your way back home to the divine, to who you really are, your higher self, which, by the way, is always with you. You're just learning how to talk to it, your higher self again in this physical body. This is about inner authority, intuition. Turn your gaze within. Turn your gaze within. Oh boy. Hang on, guys. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys, I think my drive's trying to tell me something. We have number 7 again from the Oracle of Visions. Number 7, we have a monkey holding a skull here. Looks like Hamlet, right? Hamlet holding a skull here. To be or not to be, that is the question. That is the question, right? That is the question. All's well that ends well. As you like it. A lot of Shakespeare. Someone could be heavily into the arts or a Shakespearean. A connoisseur of sonnets and poetry works. You were a poet, a writer. Euler's method? What is Euler's method? You believe in the imaginary numbers. You believe I is 1, not the square root of -1. I is 1, not the square root of -1. It's 1. Number 7, another 7 here. And another 7 here, but we'll get into that like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, all over your reading. Wow. Wow. Master numbers here for you. 10s and 7s. 10, 7. 10, 7 could be significant for you. Let me know if you have some Scorpio in your chart, I feel the need to say. Infinity, limits, perseverance. This is also, 7s are about experience, so you're learning from experience. You're also failing from experience, so don't be so hard on yourself. Difficult things take a long time, impossible things take even longer. Andre A. Jackson. The abstract concept of infinity is given a visual reference here. This card represents limitless possibilities that infinity embraces. The monkey would, by random keystrokes, eventually put them into the precise order required to replicate the entire works of Shakespeare. This intriguing theory is effective despite its overwhelming odds because it defines infinity in terms other than an abstract improbability. It provides enough essence of possibility that it can be quantified and grasped, even if only in the realms of our imagination. But then we are free to imagine so many other improbable scenarios. It is appealing to consider that any personal goals or ambitions, no matter how fanciful, can be the same criteria as our Shakespearean analogy, ultimately can be achieved. The only limitation to their fulfillment is a matter of time and effort. So for those of you who felt in this waiting game between you and the desired outcome that you want, you and your manifestation, you are coming out of this period of stagnation. And I know this because we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which is quite literally coming out of this period of stagnation and boredom, frankly. Boredom, also in your sex life. Some of you have been quite dissatisfied in the bedroom where that's concerned. But you're also putting your imagination and your creative brain to work. This is a time of forward movement for you. That all that work and effort that you put into your creative work is finally going to pay off. And in a great way. So expect movement, right? If you were on the fence about continuing, luck's on your side, okay? Call upon the divine. Call upon your higher self. Alright? And those ascended masters of the higher realms to help you, because they are right there to do so. Know that. You're not having a spiritual awakening for nothing. You're ascending. And that's what it's all about. You're failing upwards. Right? Pile 3, I hope this reading served you. Please do leave a like on the video if you're claiming this reading, or if it feels like it's your story somehow, some way. I hope to see you in future readings, and thank you as always for showing your love and support to White Crow Tarot. Talk to you soon. Be well.